Hello, my lovelies. There comes a time when I'm making journals that sometimes I get so far with them and then I just lose whatever joy and happiness has come out of making this journal. I've stopped. I still have about 4 pages to do, but I've just lost the joy for the moment. So I'm going to call this one done, and I'll do a flip through with you. If I do another page in it, I'll bring you along with me. But otherwise, for all intent purposes, joy and happiness is complete. Now, the front cover came straight out of Daphne's diary. It was a 3D piece that she had put into her diary for our pleasure. So I loved it, and I put it on the top of this journal. And the 3 stamps came from somewhere else. I've done a little hello card in here. I did these several years ago, where I cut out several hearts and just stitched them to the paper. They originally would stand up and be just a little bit bent, or sort of sculpted, not so much bent, but sculpted over, so they stood out a wee bit. And I've written a little note to my future self in there, so I won't read that to you at the moment. And a little tag, a mason jar tag with a musical sticker on it, a little piece of lace, and another little bit of writing in there. So that can sit in there. This one can sit in the front pocket. And The Adventure Begins as a sticker. Now, my beautiful owl, I'm not quite sure what book he came out of, but I just love owls. This one was a punch that I have fussy cut and paper pieced. These came out of Daphne's diary, I think. Little bits of homemade washi tape and sticker pages left over from other bits and pieces that I put on there just to fill it in and make it look pretty. It's basically what I've done with all of this book. I've collaged as much as I possibly can onto each page to fill it and to make it look great. Now, these mushrooms were inspired by Witchcraft Do You Do. The lady there is so clever with her embellishments, and I ordered some and she sent me, in my response to mushrooms, she'd sent me this one, and then I copied it and made several others. There was this one here, big tall one, this little one here with the hook on it. So, I've just copied them and made them my own. I've put a butterfly in here, a little fairy sticker here, a deer, one of my handmade flowers there, and just lots and lots of different bits and pieces on there to make it look gorgeous. Now, this came straight out of, I think, once again, Daphne's diary. It was an altered chest of drawers using a mosaic pattern. Yes, taken from Daphne's diary. And the person altered the drawers and did a whole stack of mosaics and collage on them, and I think they looked so pretty. Love little hummingbirds. They are so sweet. And this is one of my little mini envelopes. And I came across some of these gorgeous scriptural type stickers, and I've got some of those all the way through this now. The key I fussy cut and then mounted it onto tape and put it up with some extra shiny bling. I think the butterflies already had bling on them, unless I did that with Kindiglets. I think I might have done, actually. And this piece of paper came from Temu, and I had scraps left over from something else, so I put them up there. Now, these lovely flowers were, oh, I should know. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't bring it out of my mouth. I will let you know another time when I remember it. It nearly came. Minte, that's it, Minte. I knew there was an M in there somewhere. So these were on a sheet of paper, and I fussy cut them and put them onto the page, the butterflies and those lovely flowers, and stamping there. That seems to be my favourite stamp to use for backgrounds at the moment. There's more Minte papers here. I'm not sure where these came from, but they are just beautiful. Now, I didn't put anything onto here except the explanation as to what it was, and a couple of stickers there. After tea dyeing the paper and allowing it to dry, I stamped all over it in a repetitive style. When the ink was dry, I then used alcohol inks and put blotches over the paper. I chose not to cover the page because it gives me joy to see the product. I thought it was just lovely. I've never done anything like that before, and it turned out so well. I was really, really chuffed with that. I did, however, cover the back page. This is a little folded thing. Now, I can't remember who gave me that inspiration. I should write it in there, but I've forgotten who it is. And a tiny little banner tag with musical instrument stickers on them, on it. Now these, I was inspired by a scrimping mummy who she actually cut out all of her little things, but I've got a lovely bookbinding machine that, let me just haul over this journal here, this one, and it makes all of you can use the machine to punch the holes and then put the binding rings in it. And I thought, well, that will save me quite a few minutes of hand punching film strips on the side. So that's what I did, and I made ATC size, which is 2.5 by 3.5, a scripture on the back, and I've got 2 of those. They are just beautiful. And a floral pocket, a petal pocket, and we've talked about those before. Lots of stickers, lots of bits of paper, lots of more golden stickers. This came out of Daphne's diary. I recognise the print there. And I just love the simplicity of this page. That was a piece of scrapbooking paper. I put the butterfly, the roses, and a few things on it, and it just worked. And the Gang Gang cockatoo, absolutely beautiful. I love cockies. You know, any bird in the cockatoo range. And it's mine. It's mine. You know, yes, I can be a seagull. It's mine, 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 mine. Sorry, got carried away. Okay, swans. And I've shown you this one before. It came straight out of the diary once again. I've used a lot of Daphne's diary. I've got half a dozen of them now, and I'm just keeping them to cut out and use as resources. This vase was a lot wider, so I traced around the edge and cut it down and then put the flowers in so that it looks like a bouquet of flowers in a vase. And a ticket there, and a couple of homemade flowers and dots and stuff. Now, this one is a princess parrot in honour of Queen Alexandra when she was the Princess of Wales. Just some fancy little, I think I actually used, I have used texture paste over those. Did I miss a page? No? Okay, sorry. I used texture paste. I had several of these little flowers cut out, and I used the negative space as the stencil. And the best thing about making memories is making them with you. You, my friend, you. You are watching at the moment. You are helping me make all these memories. And I've showed you these 2 beautiful ladies before. And I've just recently discovered when I was going through this that I had actually not separated the doily. So I have 2 doilies in there. See? One under the other. But that's okay. It just adds to the fullness. That would have to be the prettiest page in the whole book, I think. Although there are some other pretties as well. But that's my favourite for the whole journal. Although this could be. And this could be. This is a napkin that I've just decoupaged onto the paper. A little strip of, I think that actually came from the border of the napkin. It was left over, so I put that there. Added absolutely nothing to that because I loved it except the wonderful sticker which says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Love it. That is also napkin work with some flourish bling. More Minte paper. What have I done there? Oh, I wrote over that and it already had something there, or somebody did. I can't even read it. Sorry. Got carried away a bit there. Okay, let's go into these pockets, or this pocket. Once again, a very simple page, but these finish it off. Now this is just a little postcard from Scrimping Mummy, and I put a little scripture thing in there. Look on the bright side. And then on the back of this one, pray about it as much as you think about it. And they just sit in there and finish that page off nicely. Busy, busy, busy. You know, whenever I think of the hippie era in 1960s, I think of just busy colour, 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 colour. And it was just everywhere. Just a little garden that I took a fancy to, and I cut it up and put it into, it had lots of little pictures through the magazine, so I just put them all together on the one page and thought it looked lovely. And my little Hoot Hoot owls. This is one of my newer pockets. If you remember, I was telling you about the shape of what was in the tea bag box. It's a lovely tag that goes into that pocket. That paper is painted, then stamped on, and then recoloured, and then the pocket was put on. So very busy again here, very busy. A folded pocket here. Got little envelopes in there. Stay strong. Be happy. Believe. Hope is never lost, and I think that might be a little card. Yep. We cannot lose if we have hope, so hang on to hope, keep the faith and stay strong. Don't try to be perfect, just try to be better than you were yesterday. Isn't that so poignant? That is just wonderful. And this is another one of my favourite. I've got so many favourites in this book. That is a napkin, and I just loved it. It's another one of those pockets. It's just a little bit different. And I've got a pocket on a journal card inside the pocket. Now here's what I mean about the painting on the background, then stamping and then colouring in with some more watercolours. And this little pocket just came out of my imagination. A little bit of stenciling with paper bag on the back. Little piece of scrapbook paper with nothing on the back. And that's just a paper bag with a piece of leftover scrap. I thought it would just look different. And some lovely fairies. Little heart-shaped pin. It's not holding anything on. It could do if we wanted it to. For example, I could put something else on there if I wanted to, but I chose not to because I just like the way it is. A little piece of lace and some flat pearls. And here's where we come to the few pages that I have chosen not to do anything with. I think the colour is getting my brain too much. I've got to cover those up when I use it again. But I have a clip here. It's in the shape of a little apple. It's just pretty. And there's a little card in there, and the envelope that went with the card I've put in here as well, so the little piece of paper or note can go in there. And I've just got this up here so that it can keep the page under control and the card under control. And this is the back cover. That came straight out of Daphne's Diary magazine. I just love, love, love that colour scheme. It's just beautiful. And a little piece of advertisement, a replica of the, now what's it, is it the Times, the Sunday Times or something like that? Or just the Times. And another skip down here, scripture, which is Philippians 4 verse 6. Do not be anxious about everything, but in every situation, present your request to God. And I've got my Handmade by Ruth stamp up there. I think I'll put the year in while I'm thinking of it. 2024. So I'll know when I'm going through it in another 10 years or so. And this was just a piece of the magazine that was really quite strong, so I thought it would be great. See, Daphne's Diary. But there you are, that's Joy and Happiness, and to this stage it is done. So I'm going to put this in now with the rest of my completed journals, Maybe I'll add a bit more to it. Maybe I won't. I really don't know. But thank you very, very much for coming along and having a look at the final flip through of this. And I will catch up with you in the next video. Please like, comment and subscribe just to keep the algorithm, pushing me forward so that I can get a little more. I'm not monetized, but I'd like the recognition. So, if you don't know who I am by now, or if you know someone who doesn't know me, refer me, please, and let them, tell Ruth I sent you. Build up my numbers. It would be absolutely awesome. I'm sitting on 1,300, which I've been for quite a few years. I'd love to get to 1,500. So with that, I will love and leave you. Catch up with you in the next video. Stay safe, stay kind to yourself, and bye-bye for now.